Hey, welcome to yet another live stream. Surprise once again. I didn't want to spoil any of the surprises. So I stopped giving a detailed description of what I'm going to build. So yeah, it's been a while since I've done my last build. I'm gonna waste some time now. This is the moment where you want to skip as a regular viewer when you're not viewing this live. But I want to take some time so at least a handful of people can come in, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to build today. Let's start. We can maybe start with the switches. It's 10. 20. 30, 40, 50, 60, and about 70. That's going to be enough. So first of all, Nixie's back in the house. Yay! It's about time. It's what you came here for. And let's grab some stabilizers. First of all, brand new stabilizer washers. Thanks very much, Nathan, for the idea. Okay. I'm not stupid. Yes, awesome. Good. That microphone's insane. What do we need? ISO enter, spacebar, 7 unit. Oh yeah, it's time for the next spoiler. So this is the spacebar I'll be using. Do I have a... Where's all my 7 unit stab wires? I'm just too generous with all this stuff. Okay, a couple of screw-in housings. 1, 2 for the backspace. 2 for the space bar. And 2 for the good old ISO enter. And that's it. Now I need to find me a wire. Let's use these little friendly 2-unit wires. This looks good. Yep, there we go. That's a 7-unit wire. I have really low standards. Okay, let's build a couple of stabs. I'm gonna use the expensive pliers now, and I'm trying to figure out why they build them like this. You know, it's a like this is a version that I prefer much more because, you know, this one just closes flat, and this one closes with a bit of flex in it, so you can actually apply additional pressure to the tip. So this one closed. Like if you've got something in here, there's nothing. If you've got something slim in here, your fingers are gonna meet. You won't be able to apply additional pressure. One. Two. No, not two. Two. It smells like chlorine a bit. I don't know if if it's visible in any of my older videos, but this death lead has suffered. It has been looking so bad in the meantime, and I have actually gotten some chlorine cleaner and soaked this thing in chlorine, and yeah, cleaned it really well, and it looks a lot better now. I can't quite get the yellowing, like the bottom of the thing has gotten some kind of yellowing. That's probably, I don't know. I don't even want to know. Okay, guys. Got the stabilizers, got the switches, and now it's time for the big reveal. I hope you're watching, Kersey, Swedish dude. Alright, I just couldn't do it to you. Ta-da! It's time to put on some gloves. A bit of backstory for this keyboard. This has been one of my biggest hype group buys. The TGR-910 group buy. I think it happened in November of 2016. I think I remember that date very well because it took quite a while for this board to reach me. which was yeah, I'm not cut out for these kinds of group buys. Like, I like a good nice hype, and I can live with a couple of delays, but I think this board took about 1.5 years to reach me. I think it got to me in this spring. So from November of 2016 to spring of 2018. It is still worth every penny, and I was really caught up in the hype back when it was originally happening. And there was even an additional group buy called the TGR-910 CE, which was also a very big thing. But I wasn't a part of this. Okay, first question. No, I think the acrylic is obligatory. I'm not sure about that. If anyone's got any background information on that, feel free to post it in the comments. So yeah, it really took a long time for this board to reach me. This was partially due to issues with during quality control. It turned out that some of the boards weren't up to standard, and Nixie, I hope that's the correct way to pronounce his nickname. He returned a few boards, most notably the black ones. Almost everyone from the original group buy got his board within, I'd say, like a good half a year. And after that, a few boards went back to the factory for, I think, re-anodizing. And mine was one of these. And this is where it really started to take some time. Oh, let's just realize it wasn't a smart idea to keep the screws in the plate all the time. It's very nice to have two different screw heads here, so I can use both of my nice screwdrivers. Both of my nice hex screwdrivers. Okay, let's get this done before I forget it. This is an acrylic diffuser. It's probably just a piece of acrylic. Maybe something for a bit of sandblasting if I want to turn it into a diffuser. See, this is the bull crap that happens with this kind of pliers. Go home. Yeah, so once my board was back into remanufacturing, I kept bugging Nixie about my board every couple of weeks, and he eventually got it done about, let's say, a year after group buy start. He had them done, and I was hoping to get it in 2017. Oh no, this is actually a diffuser. Oh, that's pretty nice. Thanks, Oblonsky. Yeah, I'll definitely give it a shot. I'd much rather want it to work without the diffuser. So yeah, it finally got back. Like, this was around the time the TGR-CE group buy started delivering, and I was getting a bit, let's say, unhappy that people from the second group buy were actually getting theirs while I'm still waiting for mine from the first group buy. Yeah, this one's empty, so I'm gonna be taking a break in a bit. So it might even be that some of my components are from the CE group buy. I won't be able to tell the difference, or don't really care that much. But yeah, eventually my board shipped, and this was right around the time when these really, really nasty things happened with SF Express shipping, where people were getting their shipments poked because people like supposedly people in the shipping company were testing parcels for drugs, hoping to intercept drug packages so they could steal them. That was just theory behind it. No clue what really was the idea, but it seems that a lot of people from a batch of shipments that Yuxi posted were having the same issue, that they were having like intentional pokes in their shipments. And I was super worried because mine was shipped around the same time. But mine wasn't shipped the exact same day. Instead, my package just got completely lost. Like it was just lost, 100%. Look at that. These are my old screws, which turned out to be a millimeter too long. And with these washers, they turn out to be just the right size, I guess. Let me try this. So yeah, my parcel got lost. Like, everyone was getting damaged keyboards, and I was just like, oh man, I wish I just got my keyboard, and I could live with a little damage, but I don't want it to be completely lost. My impression of this SF Express shipping company, which I've never dealt with before, was a they kind of gave me the impression that they were like some backroom place where you just drop off your parcel and buy some pirated DVDs or something like that, Blu-rays, whatever. But after like 2 weeks of like dead tracking, Yuxi actually managed to get a hold of the parcel again. Like, not get a physical hold, but he managed to get SF Express to get tracking of the parcel again. Whew, and that was really a big relief for me. And a couple of days later, I got a new tracking link, and the thing actually arrived. But it took a very, very long time to reach me. And oh yeah, on top of that, SF Express is working with a local fulfillment company. That's like all the whole shipping drama is totally not to blame on Yuxi. Like, he couldn't have known that SF Express was such a bad place. But like, finally this thing arrived in Germany, And it turned out that the company that was doing the local fulfillment for SF Express was like just as sketchy. They were asking for, I think, a 45 euro fee for the customs handling. And that was really the point where I said, fuck it, I'm going to do the... Screw it. It's too late anyway. I'm going to do the customs handling myself. And I went through quite a lengthy process. Oblotsky has done the same for some stuff that he's gotten from Singa, from Kuala Lumpur. So yeah, I went through the process of doing the manual customs declaration, and that is really a nasty process. Well, just seeing some input on the chat here. SF Express does deliver through DPD, but they do their own customs handling and stuff. So they only do the final delivery through DPD. Oh yeah, and the local company is called Southern Couriers or something. Oh, maybe. No, wait. Maybe I'm mixing things up. Maybe I'm just adding this. It could have been a different shipment that was so nasty to deliver around here. It was definitely EMS China. I think EMS China was really nasty to get here. And Aramax, yeah. I think Oblotsky is right. You can check the chat. Oblotsky has put it all together. I think SF Express wasn't even that bad. Yeah, he's right. I think they just went with TNT or something like that locally, or DPD, I'm not sure. Yeah, I finally got it, and I was so happy. It was. It seems to be unpoked, as far as I can tell, and this has really been my first big hype board, and I haven't really gotten into any of these super limited edition hype boards since. Well, not intentionally. I've gone for some duck boards, but it's mostly me being lucky, or these boards being not very sought after. Like, it's pretty hit and miss with a duck board. Some of them sell out in a minute, and some of them are open for orders for are closed before the order count is reached. Okay, let's see how the PCB and the plate. Oh wow! Nice job there. Okay, that looks really good. It's giving me this plate PCB fitment is giving me very good vibes. We've got a super tight plate, so this is going to take some time. But we also have a great PCB fit of the switches. Yeah, it looks pretty good. What layout I'm going to go? Any concerns with the spacebar stabilizer? Just checking the chat. Someone was seeing issues with the spacebar stab. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with a classic caps lock here. The only situation where I do the non-stabbed caps lock is actually when I do the 125. When I'm doing the 125 bottom row. I think the 125 bottom row goes really well with the non-stepped caps lock, because it's, in my impression, it's a very bold bottom row. It is usually like there is no gaps in the bottom row, no spacers or anything. So this is something I like to couple with the non-stepped caps lock, where on the other hand, for the for all 1.5 based bottom rows, I really like going with a stepped caps lock. Come on. Okay, here we go. Yeah, sorry for all the zooming in and zooming out of the camera, but I changed the aperture. I reduced the aperture a little bit, hopefully getting a bit better exposure on this video. I felt like some of my previous videos weren't getting the exposure I've initially been working for, like light-wise. I haven't been in any mainstream media. That's also not enough exposure on that front. Oh yeah, layout. So yeah, I don't think there's too much variety with the layout here. I had to recheck the original group by thread to make sure I come up with something that makes sense. And it seems that this layout should be feasible. That is a very tight plate fit, but I don't mind a tight plate fit if it works well with the PCB. I hope this is not one of the classic ISO mistakes. Like, oh no, it is not. The plate is well cut. No complaints so far. The ISO cutouts are probably the most common mistakes in plates, because obviously almost none of the keyboard designers actually use ISO themselves. So it is very common for them to kind of mess up the ISO cutouts due to that, because they won't be building them, like test building them. So if you're a group by runner for a plate and you actually do want to support ISO and you want to save yourself a bit of trouble, at least like put together the switches in the ISO layout before you finalize your plate design. Make sure that they fit in. You don't have to solder them. I mean, at this point I would have known if the ISO cutouts are messed up. Yeah, I know these filmed switches. This is like a guilty pleasure of mine. This really tight fit we're getting here. Filmed switches with and non-switch top removal cutouts can be a really tight fit. And I'm sorry for if this is boring for you guys. That is a really tight fit. I really hope there's no nasty surprises with this tight fit. If that remains to be. That's really funny. I just saw a dude in the chat heading back to work. I think according to the statistics, the majority of my viewers are actually from America. Kind of makes sense, considering that this the Western audience of this hobby is mainly based in the United States of America. So yeah, I'm doing these build streams in the evening time for me, way after work hours. My work hours at least. And for most of my viewers, it's right in the middle of the day or afternoon. So sorry for that. But that's just my natural build. Biological build rhythm. So these switches are actually the first switches from a set of Nixies that I have modded with brand new retooled cherry bottoms and Nixie sliders and Nixie tops. So the bottoms should be working flawlessly. The background is that I've had issues with some of my Nixies being a bit too worn. Like you wouldn't believe how worn some of the Nixie boards I had were. One of the big hits of Nixdorf computing was a data entry system, terminal based, where you have like one central machine and tons of terminals connected that were taking data entry and basically what these terminals were designed for, these terminals with these Nixdorf keyboards, they were designed for people sitting at them just hacking in text all day long, like all day long. So this is why Nixdorf switches are often heavily used, because the purpose of them, they weren't like meant to be like an office or a programmer's keyboard or something like that. They were meant to be data entry keyboards. You can look up the so-called I think it was called 8850 or 8860 system. Yeah, it was a fun thing. I think I can see I can see a bit of tension in the PCB building up. But overall, I think we're fine. I don't think it's a big thing. Oops. Gonna try a new technique. Seems to work reasonably well. Not that bad. It's 2 a.m. over where? I'm just checking the chat. Probably one dude from Asia. Let's say we've got 2 a.m. That's, oh yeah, that's say probably Hong Kong, Southeast Asia time zone. I think you're 6 hours ahead of me. The switches don't feel any better with the new bottoms. If at all, like if at all, hopefully they're gonna feel the same. Like this is the first board I'm building with the new switches. I hope they're gonna feel the same. I hope there is not nothing I've overlooked with these switch bottoms. But I won't be able to find out until I spent a few days typing on them. Oh, from Singapore. That's nice. I love talking about how I used to live in Singapore in my teens. Like from 14 to 18, I used to live in Singapore. It was a great experience, I gotta say. I'm very thankful to my parents for giving me the opportunity. But I wasn't back then. It was not so awesome. Okay, I'm trying to not mess things up here. Let me just grab this. Okay, here we got this one. Then we have this one. Oh, that wasn't so smart. Oh, much better. Okay, it looks good. Just one switch missing, of course. I've seen people keep asking me where I got these. These are like the basic IC, like integrated circuit chip lifters you can get on eBay. Just look for IC puller, like the letters IC puller, and you should be able to find these. Okay, well, I guess we can stretch this out. Oh, I could have taken that off before. Oh, fuck. Funk. Oh, I talked about this initially. I was part of the. Someone on the chat was asking how I got my hands on the TGR-910. I was part of the original group buy, and I just had to wait a while for the keyboard to reach me. But now that it's here, everything's nice and forgotten. Okay, give me a second. I need to hydrate. Good old water. Okay. Is anyone seeing any obvious mistakes I've made so far? No hindsight, guys, please. Okay, let's turn on my... Sorry for that. My new and improved solder fume extractor. So this part has to come a bit closer. Okay. Look at that tip. I don't know what I've been soldering last. I'm gonna go for this one. Oh, wait. Checking for the legs. No. Oh, there's one. Oh. That was smart. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Yeah, I was totally hyped for this board as well, but like despite it being a very nice kit so far, I am not such a huge fan of putting custom keyboards, like particular kits on such a pedestal. I found this out when I got my Mac 27, which really had like a let's put it that way, a suffering reputation when it was finally delivered. And it turned out to be one of my most favorite kits, and actually also one of my cheapest kits ever. Despite it being a kit with a not so good reputation, it was a pretty nice kit, yeah. So I'm trying to judge kits by the actual typing experience, the build quality and stuff like that, and try to ignore factors like scarcity and aftermarket value. It's sometimes difficult, of course, and yeah, I certainly can't get my hands on enough kits to really kind of make this a general rule, but yeah, I don't see a reason why there can't be like a 250 euro kit that feels as good as a TGR. Also looking to build the TX65 in a little while, and I think it was much cheaper than the. No, it wasn't much cheaper than the TGR. It wasn't even so expensive. Don't listen to me. I think the TGR wasn't even so expensive at that time. But then again, it was like a very, let's say, unreflected time for my custom purchasing. I was like desperately trying to get a lot of customs, like trying to get a hold of a lot of customs, and I'm soldering the wrong leg. Okay, let's give this. Nah, I'm just gonna continue soldering the right leg. Except for this one. This one's getting a special treatment. Like my new eco-friendly, low noise solder fume solution is certainly not as efficient as the old super loud version that was kind of tearing your head off. And you have to adjust your soldering quite a bit more to get proper fume extraction here. But I think the noise of the old fan is really worth making some compromise for. I mean, the noise of the old fan was really horrific. I'm turning my secondary fan back on. Yeah, much better. Let's see if we can still get a 65% keyboard out of this bit of solder. Okay, should be good. Okay, next step. Oh damn! Just been looking at the chat. Someone lost. Someone lost a shipment of Zelio switches. Yeah, like I gotta say, like I am not the kind of guy who has the patience and the ambition to look into any kinds of switches that have a round in them, like an R. It is just too much. There's just too much development going on with these switches. Claim to be development going on with these switches. I mean, that's the selling point, right? Each round is an improvement, which kind of tells you that previous round is not as good. So, like in the end, you're going to end up with a collection of 20 keyboards, and the ones you built, like keyboard number 7 to 12, were built with good rounds. First keyboards were built with shitty rounds, and then in the end, with the keyboards you built with round 25, were great again. I'd have to be paying far too much attention to the user feedback, trying to get switches in the good rounds, and then of course hoping that we don't see a new round that is going to introduce some changes that are making the old rounds look bad. That's why I love these vintage switches so much, because nothing is going to change about them. They are as good as they get. Like, they won't be getting any better. So vintage blacks are going to be vintage blacks. Like, at least when you have them on a keyboard, you can always find more vintage keyboards for the time being. Like, of course, it's a limited amount, but it's like putting gas in your car. Like, you know, there's an endless amount of oil on this planet, but you can still reliably go to the gas station and fill up. And that's what vintage blacks are like for me. Okay, looks good, I have to say. That worked reasonably well. I have to redo the bottom row anyway. I have to re-solder these joints. Let's turn this back on. Oh, that's a nice idea. I can just blow a little myself, like this. Can you still see? Ah, yeah, decent. Okay, let's give this another shot. Good. Oh yeah. Oh my god, I hit the microphone. I'm so sorry. It's like hitting someone in the head. The good old solder wire. I never thought I'd be able to finish one of these spools, but I obviously am. Good. This actually works quite well. So I've seen people concerned that I might run out of solder. It's like when people are concerned I might run out of Nixies. Don't worry. There's always more. At some point I might have to like obsessively stalk eBay to make sure that I keep my big mouth promises. Has anyone guessed Has anyone guessed which keycap set I'm going to be putting on this keyboard? It's such a shame he's not on today. Sorry Nathan, this is just the first keyboard where I'm starting to get rid of the last batch of desoldering I've done. A couple more of these and I'm going to be back at the desoldering table. I can't believe it, there was actually enough solder on this spool to build another 65%. That's pretty cute. And now it's really empty. I couldn't wait to pull out this. This is 1 kilogram of solder, and this whole thing was like 250 grams. So I still have 4 of these spools with the same kind of solder stashed safely. Sorry, Oblotsky. I should have gone for one of your key sets. I can rely on you. Still a bit banana. Russian PBT. No. The Russian PBTs. My last set of Russian die subs, two-tone, are reserved for the LZ masterpiece. Of course, assuming that I will be drawn for one of these keyboards. But I don't plan for failure. I have to be part of that group buy. Okay, that's a good first impression here we get from El Keyboardo. Let us pull out the Aqua Key Tester. Oh yeah. Oh, is it unflashed? So far I'm getting nothing. Oh, I have to disconnect this one. Oh yeah, it's already disconnected. Let's try something different. This cable's sometimes been a bit more... Nope, nothing. I thought all the Yukti keyboards came with okay. Next try is going to be this one. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Much better. Yeah, I don't think we had enough current on that port. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, it seems to become unmapped. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, yeah, I can do the mapping now. I'm gonna do the mapping. Oh, let's try this. Dip, 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 dip. I've got the bootmapper client open now. I'm just checking. Huh. I thought I saw something. This one's actually missing a. This one's missing a. Backspace is missing a resistor. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we've got a missing resistor here. Can you see it? Like, I can't make this shit up. Is it just me, or is this kind of stuff happening to everyone? Okay, let's show you the resistor that's missing. Here's the little bad boy. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Come on, focus. Yep. Okay, so here's the resistor that's missing. Let's get a little resistor there. What's a resistor? I've got a box that says resistors. I don't think I have any of these nice, cute little black resistors. Oh, zoom out. Zip. There we go. Oh, you are absolutely right. It's a diode. Damn it. Of course it's a diode. No, these are actually resistors. These are diodes, but I hate the glass diodes. Resistor. Yeah, good point. Yeah. Resistors are for LEDs and not for switches. Hey there, invisibility. Another popular face popping up in the chat. Yeah, you came at the right time, obviously. Getting the basics messed up here. Okay. So it seems the resistors are built in this way around. Oh well. Let's zoom in and try and make this something we all enjoy. So yeah, I think the resistors are this way around. Can you see? Yeah, the screening on the other resistors is very minor. Okay, I think we've got that one. I think that's half decent. Oh. Okay. It's looking a bit fugly. Okay, let's move this one out again. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you can't see it, but yeah, I gotta pimp up my broadcasting skills so I can broadcast my desktop for you guys. But you're gonna see all the adult website links I post on the I keep on my desktop, and it's just gonna alienate you. Okay, yeah, let's it's still time to guess what key set I'll be putting this on. It is obviously not a key set from someone in chat. So no Oblotsky key set, no morning coffee key set. A beard cam. No, it's actually not my beard, it's my hair, I think. I think it's my hair that's getting in the picture all the time. I hate it when that happens. I am really I think it bothers me as much as it bothers you guys. As a Nautilus, it's a close. No WOP. You've seen me put on the spacebar earlier on. I don't know how long you've been on the stream, but I've used the spacebar for a bit of fitting initially, so that should be a very good hint. It's not laser. That's a good point. No, I'm always having like I always feel bad using like one of the most recent key sets for one of my builds, because there's so many old key sets that deserve some appreciation. My GMK Serica isn't here yet. SA Dasher is. I didn't want to put SA caps on this board for no obvious reason. Just because I didn't want to put SA caps on it. Okay, let's try if we can build this one without the diffuser and still with the does it? Let's try something. Good. GMK Rainbow. That's a nice one. It's something. Let me show you guys the spacebar again. Let me tip it over. GMK Rainbow, yeah. Someone is is really unhappy that he missed the epic and once in a lifetime chance to get GMK Rainbow. But there's soon going to be, hopefully there's going to be a GMK Hunter Bite, and I'm excited for this one, especially because there is probably going to be a German version, maybe if I can lobby enough. And yes, SR Nautilus was very close. GMK Nautilus is the winner. Yay! I don't know. I don't know if saying rainbow would suit the TGR-910 aesthetics. If you're trying to make a compliment here or trying to to trash talk my beloved latest addition to my custom collection. I gotta say one thing, like this weight has the looks. This keyboard has the looks. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Oh, okay, we've got quite a bit of play here, so we better make it right. Like, if I may recommend a way of getting your screwdriver into one of these deep screw holes, I think they're really tricky to get into. Like, it's much easier to put your screwdriver in here and tighten it, or here, than into one of these holes. So what I like doing is putting my finger next to it and then just guide it into the hole. Grow up. And yes, save me from like hitting the size of these holes in any way. It does look hot. I am so sorry. I'm just omitting the diffuser for creds here. I'm probably gonna put it in right after I'm done with this build stream because I'm secretly a big fan of diffusers. They are so hot. Okay, let's get tanked. I think this one's safe. This one isn't. The good old NORDE Kit. I think this is one of the reduced kits. Hell yeah. Oh no, there's a German too, like kind of a German too. Hey Casey, why are you trying to give me a bad name? No, this is actually a special brew I'm getting this week. It's from a town in Bavaria called Miltenberg. It's the local brewery, and I will be spending my vacation in that town. So, cheers, Miltenberg. Okay, what was the plan? Oh, man, please don't let me mess this up. Okay, where's the Windows key? The Windows, aka code key. Okay, let's put this one up here. I hate it when this happens. I just can't put a 1 unit key. Oh, okay, now I get it, yeah. I actually did mess up the whole placement there. Why did I put so much care into initially fitting the case halves? Okay, no hindsight, guys, no hindsight. Ah, Zambumon is there. Hey, Zambu. I was mentioning you earlier on because I picked Nautilus today, kind of assuming you were going to be on this stream, and then made a big guessing game out of which keycap set it's going to be, and you weren't there for the big guessing game, and I think like. Next time I definitely have to pick an Oblonsky key set. Sorry, just getting the compressed air. Compressed air. Why do I... Like, this is an absolute beginner's mistake. I always think I'm smart and I can get it right, but I don't. Keep reminding me of this. Next time you watch a video, make sure to tell me you are not as smart as you think you are. Oh, and it's... The plate fit seems to be so tight that I might have to... Let's try this. Oh, there we go. Yep, very nice. Okay. And... Oh, yeah. Going that way. Still have got enough solder. The same. Okay. Much better. Much smarter. Yeah. Learn from my mistakes. I'm gonna grab a kind of fell in love with this with a thick tip here. That's a beast. I deserve to inhale these solder fumes. If I don't learn my lesson soon, I'm gonna be poisoned by this kind of stuff. Just no more carbon boards for me, right? Yeah, some people might remember. Desolder stream. Yeah, I might actually do a desoldering stream next time. I'm desoldering some Nixies, because it is boring as hell, and it's just a little less boring when you feel like you can share the pain. Okay, Zambomon, you got a wrench too now. Anyone else want to get a wrench? Okay, that's a good sign. Okay, good. I thought I heard something rattle. Pong. So, here's your little creation. Just making sure that you know that I appreciate a good NORDE Kit, Zambu. So thanks for making this happen. Good. Okay. How do I go on? Okay, here we go. So this is. Oh. For a moment I thought we don't have a stepped caps lock. Okay, now let's do a little survey. Do we want to use the yellow enter or do we want to use the blue enter? Let me know. Same with the escape key. Okay, all the accent keys, please let me know. Oh well, it's basically just enter and escape. I would love to get some input from you guys, because your opinion counts. With all the crazy keys. Oh, Kersey, yeah. You're right. But who is my favorite Swede? There are so many Swedish keyboard enthusiasts. I just realized that I might have to get some extra kits here to get this part covered. But we're gonna figure it out later. So the only input I'm getting is boring blue. So gonna put boring blue there. See if something happens. Oh, there's the other shift. Okay, here we go. Let's start with the alphanumerics. Okay, I don't need glass for that part. Oh yeah, of course, here it is. Sorry for that. Didn't mean to cause any confusion. I just love the scooped homing keys. I am so glad that this has become a thing. Can we at least get a yellow? Can we get a yellow enter, please? I need to get some positive input there. Okay, so Mr. Oblotsky, I guess oh no, okay, I guess I need this page up, right? Oh no, Mrs. Zambomon, of course. I guess I need this page up and this page down here. Right? Is that good? Oh, nothing happened. Good. Yellow escape, blue enter, yellow enter. Okay, see. Yeah. There's been too many people dubbing their boards IKEA boards already with this keycap set. So I can't do it. I'm sorry. You have to talk to them. I'm sure they are going to give you their they're going to hand over their IKEA colored boards. I have to say all yellow. Ooh, okay. Well, all yellow. I guess I can't argue with the with Zambu here. Okay, then let's get started with the like this is how pitiful a keyboard looks, like a German layout keyboard looks without the international kit. Okay, this is happening later on. Not so bad, and that's what's left over from a NORDE Essentials kit after after the Germans guy been through. Okay, guys, what do you think? Let's get some. Let's put some light on. I don't mind the yellow accents. I think they look pretty nice. Unfortunately, I won't be able to type on this board because it comes with. It comes unmapped, so I have to do all the key mapping manually now, which is not. It's not a big deal. I mean, with Bootmapper Client, this is done quite quickly. On a Windows machine, I am well aware of the issues with Bootmapper Client. But yeah, there's I think I gotta work on these stabilizers a little bit. The stabilizers are getting a lot of binding. I might have to add a little bit of. Oh my god! Yeah, don't judge the cable, please. Like, this cable is a generic cable that is just sitting on this cable to attach to keyboards. Like, please don't take this into consideration. Like, the keyboard ends here, you know. Okay, let's try and do a typing demo. Yeah, this is a nice. This is the signature ABS sound we're getting here, and this is a nice tacky spacebar. I really like my spacebars like this. It's probably not everyone's type, but I like hearing this. Yeah, I'm definitely not happy with the Enter stabilizers yet. Okay, the wires are all snapped in. It's sometimes just a bit, just the very tight fit that you get from screw-in stabilizers, coupled with maybe a bit of pressure off the plate, although I can't see any of this happening right now. I will be probably adding, this is also usually something that kind of gets better with the first 1 or 2 days of use. Yeah, this is what I'm aiming for. This is not quite what I'm getting yet. Yeah, might have to do a little bending on the stabilizers there. Make sure that they're not too bindy. But that's what you get when you use the screw-in stabs and a tight plate and yeah. I mean, it's not much I can do here. Oh. Wondering if this is the right profile, but it seems to be. Yeah, I gotta work on that. Well, as I said, I don't think I've mentioned it in the video already, but my impression is usually that, like, after a day or two of typing, keyboards usually kind of settle a bit. I mean, you've seen that the whole plate and PCB construction was warped. I mean, it sounds worse than it actually is, because it's probably like 0.5 millimeter over the whole width of the keyboard. Maybe even less, like maybe 1/4 millimeter, that is giving us this warping. The warping is usually easily fixed by just attaching the plate to the case, because there's definitely no warping in this case. But this kind of means that the whole construction is partially under pressure. And my impression is, if this keyboard has been sitting on my desk for a little bit, and I've been typing on it a little bit, some of the components that were initially under pressure kind of settle down a little. Especially with the stabilizers, this is one of my impressions, that the type feeding you get right after building, like doing a build stream, then doing a typing demonstration, isn't what this keyboard is going to feel like in 1 or 2 days of use. I might be I should probably be doing a little lineup of some of the boards I have in storage, and we can grab a couple of those, put them on the table here and type on them, and just get a very nice comparative sound signature from the different boards. Yeah, I don't think more grease is going to improve the way the stabilizers work. I mean, the sliders are already greased with Krytox 105, so there is like the stabilizer housings are currently touching the sliders here. And what you can do is, like, what I like doing is trying to find out on which side the binding is happening, and then just use like a pair of pliers and like gently kind of give some, like, bend them over to give some more room into that direction. And then again, I would only resort to that if this remains to be an issue in a couple of days. Usually just let it sit on a desk overnight and type on it for 1 or 2 days and see how it turns out. Apart from that, the alphas are pretty nice. Yeah, this is the sound that I'm expecting from ABS caps. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I hope there was enough typing for you guys. If anyone's interested, yeah, not sure what's a good time to do a recap of some of my builds, because I've been missing like a decent typing demonstration on quite a lot of my builds. A lot of people have been complaining that my typing demonstrations are not long enough, but that's more like a lot, like pretty much due to the fact that I don't consider myself to be a great typist. I think my index finger use for the spacebar is just pathetic. But yeah, I think it's still something. It makes sense to kind of do a little typing demonstration after a build, just to give you guys a little impression. You kind of, if you sat through the whole build, you kind of deserve that. Okay, then let me zoom in here. Oh yeah, let's kind of do this. Let's zoom in a little bit and get a couple of glory shots. Maybe this is something you guys appreciate. Yes, I think that the weight, and I don't think any of the stains you see here are anything, any kind of damage. What we see here, I think this might be something like a little scratch on the anode. Very nice kit. The weakness I see there is that the diffuser kind of ends right where the 0 is. You see that? So when it's lit up and you look at it from an angle, you can see the end of the diffuser. It doesn't affect the 9 as much as it does the 10. And you can see the nice surface texture from the GMK caps. I love factory GMK caps. Oh. See, there might be something. Oh, never mind. So that I'm looking for resale value. No, these. I think the case is in overall great condition. It might be like this little dink here. Not sure what happened there, but these edges are super sensible. Other than that, I'm very happy with this one. But I have yet to find out how well it does after a couple of weeks on my desk. Yeah, and I will be gone for quite a while now. Busy with some other stuff, so there won't be any videos coming for the next 3.5 weeks. And after that, I'm hopefully going to be back and building more keyboards. I have a couple of keyboards lined up. I've got the canoe coming. I have some large frame builds coming, but the larger frame builds are all waiting for new kin springs. Like these Nixies here, they have the 52-gram kin springs, which some people consider to be like the manifestation of Jesus in a spring. But unfortunately, kin ran out, and he couldn't get any replacements, which is kind of what you would expect, because otherwise it'd be too good to be true. So these are my favorite springs and my favorite switches, and these are the last of them. I desoldered just enough Nixies to use up all my leftover springs, and I will be probably doing a lot of small to medium-sized boards with them until I get a hold of a new spring that kind of blows me away, and then I'm going to do a huge Nixie desoldering session and be modding a lot of Nixies, and then I'm going to be going back to large frame builds like the LZ Stan, the Box CP, the TX the TX 1800 V2 is this is a build that might be coming up soon. I just made myself the promise that I was going to be using MX clears that were actually harvested from Skidata boards, because I wanted this to be like the Skidata clone. I kind of have to admit that I wasn't thinking straight, because the Skidata boards are actually more like a CP layout. than an 1800 layout. But it's too late now. I've got a very nice blue TX1800. I am going to put SKIDATA caps on. I am going to be using SKIDATA switches. And I'm going to make it look like this has been well thought through. On the other hand, if I ever get a chance to grab a nice TXCP in that SKIDATA blue, I will probably also do that and then make it sound like they're brothers. Right, guys. It's been a blast. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this like at least a bit as much as I did. It's been great doing a nice little high-class build here, and I hope I see you again in my next build stream in a couple of weeks then. Thanks very much for watching.